Hi, I'm Cory McDonald, Senior Solution Engineer here at Geotab. Today I'm going to be taking you for a walkthrough of the MyGeotab platform. MyGeotab is a software solution that works in conjunction with the hardware installed in the vehicles. It takes the raw data from the hardware and transforms it into insights to help you better manage your fleet. Let's get started. One of the immediate values that customers see when implementing the Geotab solutions is to have visibility of their fleet. Regardless of the asset type, whether it's a light vehicle, a heavy vehicle, specialized equipment, earth-moving, agricultural, or non-powered assets such as trailers, dollies, containers, or even stationary plant, the current location of assets can be made visible on the one central mapping screen. Additional details of the assets can be drilled into, where we can see additional data, such as the vehicle speed, the odometer value, fuel level percentage, as well as any cargo temps or additional engine data. There's some really cool functionality here for dispatchers where we can add additional layers such as traffic, weather overlays, and satellite imagery. You can also find nearest assets, view street level views, as well as message drivers directly from within the platform. Knowing where vehicles are have an immediate value, but knowing where vehicles have been have a different set of value opportunities. By clicking into the trip history, we're able to see the past activities of a given asset. We're able to see the distance driven, the times driven, and the stop points along the way. We're able to query points along the trip where we can see historical information such as the speed, the driver, and the current odometer at the time. Exceptions will be displayed on the map where we can see the time, location, driver, and value of the exception. These can also be drilled into in more detail directly from the live tracking screen. Here we're now able to see details of the seatbelt violation along with engine data. We're able to see details such as the driver, the posted speed limit, and add comments as we coach this behaviour. For fleets operating cold chain, we have a dedicated cold chain module. This allows operators to see the real-time temperatures of their fleet, along with the current location, the status of their door opens, refrigeration units. Geotab devices have a built-in integration with Thermo King and carrier reefer units. So if these devices were connected to a smart reefer unit, we would also be able to see and control the set points of each cargo zone, as well as see the discharge temperatures. We're also able to see any fault codes generated from the reefer unit. Users are able to view historical temperature data points as well, and zoom in on the temperature profiles. Here we can see a historical record of our 3 temperature zones, and as I move my mouse and scrub through the temperature data points, we're also seeing that the map is updating accordingly. We're also presented with the same data points in a tabular view. This is really powerful when we need to provide evidence of the delivery and can be printed directly from the screen as proof of delivery. Moving on to big data analytics and how Geotab is leveraging tools like AI and machine learning to be able to provide predictive analytics directly within the MyGeotab platform. Here is an example of where Geotab is using artificial intelligence to crunch big data on driver safety. What we're seeing on the screen is a blue line which is showing our current predictive trends on collision risk. Right now we can see our fleet has a 5.2% chance of being involved in a collision in the next 100,000 kilometres. On the orange line, this is a benchmark of similar fleets doing similar trips in similar locations with similar assets. So now not only can we see how our fleet is trending, we can also compare ourselves to similar benchmarked fleets. The green line is those fleets that have the best-in-class safety records. So now we really have a metric, a usable, predictable metric that can show us not only our risk profiles, but the risk profiles of similar fleets, as well as the best-in-class, which gives us a target and a goal to work towards. Scrolling down, we're able to see the detail. We're applying the same concept, but now to individual drivers and assets within the fleet. Now we're able to see their most at-risk drivers and those driving behaviours that are contributing to that risk. So this is a game changer in terms of driver safety because it changes the conversation away from a punitive approach where we're focusing on a number of event counts, but now we're looking at risk as a whole. So the conversation changes, we're still able to refer back to those individual behaviours to coach, but we're talking about risk in general. So now we have a way to reframe the conversation when coaching drivers away from the punitive approach of looking at occurrence count on behavior, we're now able to still reference those leading indicator behaviors. So we can talk to the driver now about the behaviors that are impacting the risk and how we can change those behaviors to reduce that risk profile. Another area where Geotab is focusing on big data and using the power of AI to crunch large data sets is in electric vehicle and electrification of fleet. Many companies have sustainability goals that they're trying to work towards. Electrification of fleet is one of the fastest ways to get there. The challenge for companies in exploring electrification is understanding the impact to operations if they were to replace an ICE vehicle with an electric vehicle. We need to understand the types of trips that the vehicle is doing, what the average durations are, what the maximum distances are, where the vehicles are stopping, how long they're stopping at these locations, and if this is enough time to fully charge a vehicle. The EV suitability assessment does that grunt work for you. The EV suitability assessment provides a report with recommendations on how many fleet would be suitable candidates for EV replacement. As we can see here, 6 of our 14 fleet have been recommended as good candidates, 5 for battery electric vehicles and 1 as a plug-in hybrid option. The assessment goes as far as recommending some potential replacement vehicles that may be suitable. It will also provide us with some overview on potential cost savings as well as the emissions reductions that we may expect if we were to take these recommendations forward. Video and video telematics is becoming increasingly popular within fleets today, and for good reason. Videos provides additional context that telematics data alone cannot provide. Here we see in the videos module, we have exceptions with associated video footage. We can view the footage directly from within the MyGeotab platform, as well as overlay the traditional telematics data, which provides that richness. We're able to also drill into the exception to get that richness of data provided by the telematics device. So here we can see the location along with the richness of engine data. We can see the driver, the locations, and any timestamps. We can also view the video context along in the one module. We can also view the video context in the one page. So MyGeotab aims to bring all those features and functions that really help operations manage their fleet into one single pane of glass view. So thank you for joining us here today. If there's anything you've seen you'd like some more information on, or if you'd like to understand the Geotab solutions and offerings in more detail, please reach out to us here at Geotab.